Hey, we're here with Nupert. She's a student director from UT Pan Am, and she's been kind enough to talk to us a little bit. So,
hi.
Hey, so tell me, why'd you want to be a PA in the first place?
Well, I always knew I wanted to do something in medicine, but I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I thought about applying to medical school. It's pretty typical of a lot of students. But I got my first exposure to what a PA was when I shadowed at Brigham and Women's in Boston in the emergency department, and I met someone who was doing sutures on a kid, and I didn't know what she was, but I assumed that she was just an ER doc. And I got to talking to her and learning about who she was and what she did, and it turns out she was a PA, so that was when my first interest was sparked.
Awesome. Cool. So what was the application and interview process like for you?
It was pretty tough. The first time around I didn't get in. I did get in the second time I applied. I had interviews the first time, and the second time is when I actually got in. So the application process, I guess, was, I don't know, I don't really know.
Well, what about the interviews though? I mean, application is standardized, so that's going to be fairly straightforward.
Right.
When you interviewed, did you interview at one school, multiple schools?
I interviewed at one school,
weird?
UT Pan Am.
Okay.
And the questions, actually, none of them really took me too much by surprise.
Okay.
I just did a lot of research before I did this.
Great. Cool. So, and you're starting rotations, you're in rotations?
I'm in rotations. I just finished my first rotation.
Okay. Well, during the didactic, what was your best study strategies?
Probably group study. And it's not that we just relied on each other. We would obviously study and read on our own, and then come together about, a couple days before an exam and start to quiz each other and really just kind of talk the material out. So if there was something that we didn't understand, we'd try to explain it to another person. And I think that was the best way to decipher whether or not you really knew the subject, is by trying to explain it to somebody else.
Cool. So, what's been your favorite part of all this experience so far?
Honestly, everything. And I know that's a cheesy answer, but I worked really hard to get where I am, and I don't take it for granted at all.
Yeah.
I enjoy every single second of it. So especially when times are, hard and you've got 8 tests in a week, it's good to think back and remember what you felt like when you were first applying and how bad you wanted it, and that kind of rejuvenates you. So.
Cool. Great. Well, any thoughts or advice or final words for hopeful applicants?
Yeah, I would say just be honest. There's a lot of, just typical answers that students give in interviews, but don't try to conform to anything. Just be yourself and be who you are, and I think interviewers can see right through you, honestly. And we talked about some good stuff at the conference today, and some good points that were brought up was, during the interview, it's not so much whether your answer is right or wrong, it's more how you react in answering your question. If you can keep it together, if you can, formulate a good answer based on, your experiences that are personal to you.
Cool. Great. Well, thanks so much for talking. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.